What's going on, family? What's going on? Your welding coach Black Phoenix checking in, and today I wanted to give you a few tips on Fcaw welding. A lot of people are dabbling into Fcaw for several different reasons. You know, it's more economical. A lot of jobs and companies are using them now, and it's just more cost efficient, especially if you're doing installs outside and you got to put hinges on or fix a handrail or fix some steps, things, ornamental things outside. It's a great benefit. And also, if you're looking for great penetration and depth penetration, Fcaw is great for that. So when you're welding on thicker materials, or if you're welding on Fcaw without gas on thin materials, there's still a win-win. In my personal opinion, I think Fcaw is where the money is going. A lot of people are now only using stick welding when it comes to the pipe welding and the structural buildings to install them, from doing staircases or multiple stories. You know, they're using the 7018 rod, and because that rod got alloyed in it, and it can move and shift with the wind and the climate and the weather and things like that, and also bridge it. So for those who are jumping into construction, they're doing bridge welding, or some type of factory. Certain factories require stick welding, but a lot of them are now going to the door shield or self-shielded wire. You can actually get a great weld with the self-shielded wire. A lot of people think that it can't turn out well and they don't like the way it looks, but I think you can still get a good weld, family. Oh, most definitely, fam. I think it's all based on the individual. I have top people who have got it down in a week. Now, as you do it on the job, you're gonna gain more and more and more experience. But to get the concept, I honestly believe you can get the concept down in a week. It all based on the individual. If you're hungry enough, if you're willing to put forth the work ethics, I think you'll be fine, fam. But if you just show up and you're barely getting it in, you're barely trying, it's probably going to take a little bit longer for you. But if you stay at it, fam, I think you'll be okay. Actually, at this present time, I'm not set up at the moment to do the stick, but majority of the time when you're doing stick downhill, you're going to be using a 60-10 rod. So you won't use a 70-18 rod. You're going to be using a 60-10 and a 60-11 rod going downhill. Today I'm actually set up to do flux, but I will most definitely address that video for you, and I'll do something downhill to help you out. It's just a practice thing. The main thing is to stay on the leading edge of the puddle. You don't want the puddle to run in front of you. That way you're going to get trash in your well. So the main thing is to stay on the leading edge of the puddle. And just remember that 60-10 is a fast freezing rod. So as soon as you come out of it a little bit and dap back into it, it's already freezing. And you can keep going down, you know. So a lot of people like to do the whip technique. So it all depends on what you like the most. But we're going to downhill. The whipping is good. The circular motion is good. It all depends on how you want to tie it in. I want to do an uphill. I was actually, a student had some issues today, and he had some issues going uphill. And we made up some 18-inch coupons to practice longer welds and to really get it, you know. So the main thing I wanted to do here was to run a couple and kind of give him an idea when he walk in. Yes, whipping. I like the whipping technique myself, fam, especially downhill. I love the way it spreads, because doing the circular motion downhill can be okay, but if you can gouge out the sides, or if you circling too much, you can gouge out some metal. So that whipping, staying right within that puddle, tends to work the best, especially going downhill, fam. So I wanted to do, like I say, a little Fcaw in here. I set the machine up to run a couple passes. And one thing I notice about people that's doing the uphill Fcaw, they'll have their angle right starting, but as they go up, they'll come back. You know, you're bringing it back, so they're coming up out of the puddle. The wire is still touching, but they tend to come back out. And that's when the pinholes and the air come in. They was like, man, what was going on here? It wasn't close enough to the puddle. So with this Fcaw, depending on what kind of wire you're doing when you're doing door shield, You want at least a no less than a 3/4, and I say no more than 1.25 inches. Be the variable between how much you want your stick out to be. But having it a little close won't hurt too much, but you don't want to have it close like you're doing short circuit MIG, because you can tend to not have the correct airflow, and that could give you some worm tracks or some holes as well. So you want to maintain that stick out to be pretty good. And your travel speed, fam, don't get in no rush. I know sometimes you want to hit this thing and go. The main thing to do is when you get started, take your time. You don't want to start this and then go like this. You see what I'm saying? You want to keep it that same travel speed. I know it might take you a minute to get up there, but you just joyride, walking in the park. You know, that's how you want to think. You don't want to be in no rush at all. You want to take your time. So I'm gonna dive into this first one. Even though that was a nice little long bead, the main thing in doing something like this is your travel speed. I was going here and there, I got stuck coming, but I still got no undercut. But the main thing is travel speed, fam. That's the main thing with this is travel speed. I got stuck one time, and see, you got these deals under here. My deal straight hit under the bottom, but I stayed with it though. But it turned out good. The main thing though, fam, with doing this is keeping that same angle and that same travel speed, fam. Like, hands down, that's the biggest thing. Actually, hold up. Actually, Fcaw and MIG is the same process, but it actually uses 2 different gases. So with the Fcaw, dual Fcaw, you're gonna use either 75-25 or 100% carbon dioxide. Or you're gonna have self-shielded where you don't have no gas to it. The majority of that will be for, you know, ornamental stuff outside. Now when you doing in shop, majority of MIG, they end up having it on the same thing. You either gonna catch it on 75-25 or you're gonna catch it on 100%. Now 75-25 produces a better looking weld. It's a little bit more shinier, you know, the profile is a lot better. Now one thing when you're dealing with the self-shield wire, it tends to look more like a 60-10. So, you know how the 60-10 got slag on it, it tends to look more like a 60-10 in my personal opinion. So you have to manipulate it to get the weld to perform, you know, its best quality. But I really think that, you know, the main difference from MIG and Fcaw to me is Fcaw, you can run it like a 70-18 rod, you know, just run it. And the MIG is more like the 60-10 rod. You have to do some manipulations with the MIG. Now you can fill in certain seams, you can just run it, but on the majority of skills, you're gonna do the whipping or the circular motion with the MIG wire. Salute, just now starting on your open route, huh? The best way to start welding, family, is to get started. Find you a facility, find you someone that teaches private, or find you a program that you can get into. But there is a lot of programs, family, to get into welding, and I honestly believe it's a no-brainer. Like, I think that this is the trade to go, honestly, because there is no cap to it. You can go as far as you want to go with welding, as far as your skills allow you to. You can go a lot, and then once you're done, you allow your skills for networking with other people or whatever. You can build your own thing. You can do your own thing. So the main thing is to just utilize it, fam. Learn all you can, so that way you can use it for yourself. Nah, as long as you got your proper PPE, family. I've been wearing glasses all my life, fam, but my eyes is not getting no worse. You know what I mean? Only with age now. I'm 43 now. So, when I was younger, but my stuff is still pretty much the same. But it's because I use all of my PPE too. So keep that in mind. Keep your PPE on. Don't try to do a lot of tacking and things like that, like this, closing your eyes. Don't do that. Do this. Don't try to tack, because you can still get those ultraviolet rays through your eyes, fam. And pretty much, personally, man, family, it depends on how you doing it. You're just going to run it straight. As long as your temperature is set and everything is set right, you should be able to just run it straight. It all depends on your angle, your gap, your distance to metal, and your travel speed, fam. As long as you got those three things locked in, Fcaw is going to be an ease for you. So the main thing about flux, family, as you see, you gotta stay steady, and keep this in mind too. Fcaw wire is hot, so like real hot. So it's gonna get a little hotter to the glove. This is an old glove that I got on. Look how I was using flux. Look how it tinkered, messed this up. Normally I have a heating pad, and I left it so I don't have it in my pad. But with that Fcaw, you want a heating pad. Look how it burnt these gloves up. Now, I didn't just do that just now. This has been over a while and a while of the guy using them. I just used somebody else's, but you see how hot it gets. I'm running, this is Fcaw wire 045 diameter. Don't know exactly what brand it is though, fam. Good money in Texas. Yeah, it is. in some so y'all can see this. But I really just wanted to do some updates. So I'm just over here messing with this. I'm gonna do a couple more passes. But all you have to do is stay. They didn't really see it real good. I need to go get my light. But just wanted to give y'all some updates. Yes, I am a welding instructor. Yes, keeps you a light, fam. I actually got one somewhere. I think my student got it in his bag. I actually got a few of them, but we give them so when it's not real light area, you want to keep you a good light, fam. Keep you a good light. I'm in Little Rock, Arkansas. I'm a welding instructor for the Goodwill Academy in Little Rock, Arkansas. It's Southwest. This is a 16-week program too, family. We teach stick welding, flux core welding, and MIG welding in 4 positions, but we test them in 2. We help them get their OSHA 10s, and we teach them how to use the plasma torch and cutting torch. We go over blueprint reading and weld symbols. 16 weeks, family, 16 weeks. And we're probably going to get another one soon, probably, that's going to be a little shorter than that. The course is $37.75. You can't beat the program. Like, for the price, you cannot beat the program. They got a few different variables in it to charge you that, but most people, for this education to be about $8,000 to $10,000, they're only charging you $37.75, and that also includes your PPE. They're going to buy your jacket, your welding hood, chip and hammer, all that good things. Not at the moment, but we're working on it. We're actually working on that because I'm a combination of welder. We don't teach TIG, but I can TIG. And we also don't teach piping, but I can pipe. So I believe in the future here soon, we're going to add more classes. But right now, we're just doing a fast track 16-week MIG welding, stick welding, and flux core welding, and the introduction to TIG. Now, family, probably take you for a while there. Now, I did have had people come in. You can fly in, family. Honestly, it's worth coming here for 16 weeks to get this for the price and what you're paying for it and how quick you'll be able to dive back into the employment field. It's a no-brainer, fam. Actually, I'm going to tell you something. One of my last students, I talked to him today. Well, was it today? Yeah, I talked to him this morning. I think he's making 19. And I got another one that's making 20. I got another one that's making 17. And all of them started, family, at minimum wage, $11. After the program, they've been going up and up. You know what I mean? I think the last one, the lowest anybody is making is 16. And so you got to think, if you was making minimum wage and now you're making 16 and can come up, family, it's a game changer. It's a game changer. So you just got to put the work ethics in. You got to stay at it, fam. But hey, I really believe this welding program that we have here at the Goodwill Academy is a no-brainer, fam, because of the benefits that you get from it. The price only being $37.75. You get an instructor like me who's not only just a welding instructor, but a business owner and an entrepreneur. So I'm going to show you and teach you things to help you think outside of the box. So everybody just don't want to do this for a job. Yeah, you can learn welding on your own. I actually teach it private, and you can learn on the job. So I got guys who I have literally taught how to weld at certain companies on the job, in the field. We was in the field welding. I taught them how to weld, and they actually working for the same companies in the field welding now, and they just wanted to weld. They were just helpers. To do mine, I actually start off at $1,000, but that's with the welding program. So it depends on what you want, but I have 40-hour courses, which is actually 2 weeks. They run at $1,000 for a 2 weeks, 40-hour course, which is, like I say 2 weeks because we'll break it down into 4 hours a day. And also, like I say, if it's some one-on-one things, we have hourly rates. If it's, a person that's in the area, if we're over the phone, we have consultations for $100 an hour, and we can do video chats and kind of see what you're doing. Some people got their own equipment and they just need someone to show them what they're doing wrong and how to correct it to do it the right way. So it all depends on what you want, fam. I'm lined up to help you in whatever area I can. Yes, you do learn a lot from the old timers, fam. I'm located in Little Rock, Arkansas, family. Now, for my private program, I would say literally the 2 week. It all depends on what you want, though. If you're just trying to learn MIG welding or combination of welding, it all depends on what you want. But I have something for everyone. You know what I mean? I have a way to help everyone on an individual standpoint and in the school. Yes, I have. Like I say, I'm a pipe welder, fam. I got my certs in my pocket. I'm a pipe welder. I'm a bridge welder, D1.1, D1.5, and also I'm 6G. You can learn a lot from hands-on, fam. You can learn a lot from hands-on. Like I say, you can learn a lot from getting some good instructions off someone that's been in the field. Yes, after the 16 weeks, family, is over with, so it's all based on the individual. So, but I can tell you this. I want to say this. I have never met anyone who was hungry that didn't get fed. Normally, the 16 weeks is plenty enough time to get this. The only way it's not enough time if you don't show up, and when you show up, you don't do no work. So if you show up and you don't put no work ethics in, then yeah, you probably gonna need longer than 16 weeks. It is what it is, fam. But I'm gonna tell you what. I have never met anybody that jumped into this program and didn't get fed, fam. You know, my goal is to leave you a buffet of information. But I'm not going to give you no silverware. You got to do that yourself. So you want to grab your spoons and forks and your paper plates or whatever and get you a meal. But I'm going to have something laid out for everybody. That's my goal, to make sure we all win, fam. Yeah, I need to do some more welding. Yeah, well, I actually stopped. I was over here messing around with this uphill, and which I'm about to get ready to dive back into it. I started on it. You can see that. Man, I can't really see it that good, but this thing. I started doing some uphills. We got a few different things that we got going on today. I actually got some horizontal going. I got a couple people started flat, and I actually just came over here to help line his little deal out. He was having some problems earlier, so when he come in, he should be able to be good. Oh, salute, fam. That's good that your dad been doing it for a long time. No, 6G isn't underwater, but you can do 6G piping underwater, but when I say 6G, that just mean pipe welding, fam. Actually hustling, fam. I like to tell my students, don't start looking for a job after you finish school. Start looking for a job once you enter school. So if you know you're going to learn certain things and you know you want to be in a certain area, go on and start looking for employment then. I have asthma, fam, and it actually can affect anybody. But as long as you're not breathing a lot of them in, you know, I really think you're gonna be okay, fam. I had asthma since I was little, fam, and I haven't had no problems. And I've been welding over 20 years now. So it all depends. Salute. Thanks for all the love. Thanks for checking in with me. Like I say, today I just wanted to run a couple welds and talk to you about some welding tips on Fcaw. And before I leave, I just wanted to say, majority of shops, when you go into shop welding, they're going to be doing dual shield Fcaw with gas. And dual shield Fcaw with gas, you're going to have a couple variables. Without gas, you also have a couple variables. Hold on. Let me make sure I check all my messages here. Oh, okay. We don't teach aluminum here, but I do know how to weld aluminum with TIG. And you can do aluminum. Well, you can only do aluminum with a spool gun or TIGging, but you can do stainless with a stick though. You can do a stick welding, TIGging, or wire. It all depends on what you're doing, like what you are building or working on. If you don't want no splatter or BBs or anything like that. I'm located in Little Rock, Arkansas. Salute. Thanks for checking in, fam. I'm located in Little Rock, Arkansas. Fluxcore is what I'm actually working on now. It is self-shielded wire or wire with flux in the middle of it. So it can be self-shield and it can still need a dual shield where it got gas and the wire. So that's pretty much the difference of it. But you could actually weld it outside, the self-shielded one outside without gas. Okay, job court. It's actually a job court here in Little Rock. It's one right down the street from this facility. This one is 16 weeks, family. 16 weeks. Hey, come down here, man. If you're cool with us, come fool with us, family. I actually got one of your neighbors here from Blytheville. I got a Blytheville guy up here in the class. In Arkansas, you're going to go the way, you'll start off anywhere from, it varies from around $16 up to $26 if you in construction doing stick welding and can pass that cert. So yeah, you can dive into the work, fam, as soon as you get done. Yes, I'm in Little Rock, Arkansas, fam. And actually, we got one company that is coming down here to test the students as soon as we get done. Sticks for 3G stick. You know what? That is the one that I always have people struggling, fam. I'm going to say this. Shoot more for a 90-degree angle. Have a tight arc. And watch your travel speed. If you get a tight arc, shoot more of a 90 than that 15. Shoot more of a 90. You might have a slight push, but you don't really want a whole lot. Maybe a 5-degree angle up, and try that out. And like I say, it's the travel speed, it's your angle, and it's your gap. So keep it real tight. If you can see a whole lot of sparks, like when you hit that stick, if it's real bright, then that means you're not close enough. You want to get it close enough where you are literally kissing the metal, where the metal was, where you're so close it could go out. But the arc force is keeping it lit. That's how close you want to be, fam. Salute. I appreciate it, fam. I appreciate it, man. Keep liking and sharing the channel, fam. I appreciate y'all for showing me some love. Also, I wanted to say, y'all check out my YouTube channel, man. I'm trying to get 1,000 subscribers. It's Your Welding Coach on YouTube. So you can check out the link inside the bio. It's Your Welding Coach on YouTube. I'm trying to get my subscribers up, man, so I can do some cool things. So y'all check me out on YouTube as well. And also on Facebook, Your Welding Coach. Go like the page. I tend to post this here and there, but I don't do a whole lot of posting on Facebook. But I'm trying to get my video statuses up on YouTube so I can do some cool things. So y'all go over there, man. Hit that like, subscribe, share the channel, man. I appreciate it. No, we're not union, fam. Yes, and you actually can if you're going for a degree, but you don't have to. You don't have to go that long. I'm going to be honest with you, fam. When it comes to welding hoods, they come a dime a dozen. This is a Lincoln. I really like this one, but someone purchased this for me. I believe this was like, I don't know, $300-400. This, I actually got this. I'm maybe $300-400. Actually, someone bought this for me. This was a gift. I really like it though. But the last one that I purchased, when I still use it, I bought a Jackson. I like Jackson. That was my first hood I got when I was released from prison. A gentleman bought me some boots and a Jackson welding hood. So I bought the original Jackson welding hood style, and I just got the new lens. It's like a bigger lens like this, and it's a transitional lens, so I really like it. It's pretty dope. Yes, this is an auto darkener, and that's what I got on my other one too. It all depends on the person as far as how much you earn an hour. But I have earned I have made $200 an hour. I have made $125, $75, $65, and $50. Using my own stuff. Depends on what I'm doing. but I'm teaching right now, so the money isn't as grand as it was when I was traveling and installing. No, we do it all, fam. We do it all. We do flux core, stick, and MIG welding, and the introduction to TIG. But we actually got the welding units to do it all. Yeah, it is cool to have an auto darker shield. Yes, I started with a trade school also. I was in prison, actually. For those who don't know, I went to prison from the age of 16 until I was 26 years old, and that's why I grafted welding while I was in prison. I took about a 14-month course while I was in. I got 40 hours in this program that I took, and I was able to learn everything in 4 positions and also test in 4 positions. And then I learned pipe welding just because my instructor was a pipe welder and I had plenty of time left, so he taught me how to pipe weld as well. Yes, my mama introduced it to me in prison, fam, so when I got out, I was fully established. I'm in Little Rock, Arkansas, fam. If you're looking for a fast track class, come down here and fool with me. It all depends on, see, one thing I love to say is not about the program. It's the individual, family. So don't say like, can this program help me? No, if you want it, fam, you gonna get it. All you need is the opportunity to have the equipment and a decent instructor. A decent instructor, you're gonna be doing the work though. But my goal is to help show you any tricks that you need to have so that way you can get it. But I'm gonna tell you this, and let me say this again. I have never met anyone I have taught that didn't get it, fam. You know what I mean? So if you want it, you're gonna get it, fam. You know, and then the way I'm gonna give it to you is gonna just make it easier. I do it all, fam. Salute, salute. Salute, man. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. Thanks for that, man. You know what? My mom never got a chance to see me out here doing what I'm doing now, but she was the one that got me here. Salute, fam. I'm from Little Rock, Arkansas, fam. I was raised in McGee, Arkansas, and Denver, Colorado, fam. So I was raised in Mont Bellows in Denver, and also Southeast Arkansas and McGee, Arkansas City, Reed, Winchester, Tiller, Dumas, all them little bitty towns in the Delta. You know what I mean? Salute, fam. I appreciate it. And overhead, you're gonna do it all. So you can do 60-10 and 70-18 overhead. But I will say this, a lot of people say the 70-18 is going to be easier just because you drag it. I'm actually using 330 seconds, fam. 330-second rods. Yes, I have worked in plants and fab shops, both. I love to travel. That's where you get the money at in the plants. I'm going to be honest with you. If you travel and go to the plants, you're going to make more money. You'll make more money than fabrication shops, hands down. Yeah, I heard of Lake Village. Come on now. You know, I got family out of Lake Village. Actually, my first cousin dad is from Lake Village. My auntie's husband, he's from Lake Village. Cuttinghams. Some Cuttinghams. You know any Cuttinghams from Lake Village? I know a couple of them now. Starting your T-joint, what are you doing in it? You doing MIG, stick, flux? What are you doing? Hey, you can get one. You can get a Fcaw. You can get a Fcaw from Welding, period, fam. I got a couple of them at random different locations. It happens, fam. It happens. It's just part of the trade, fam. Welding, you're going to get some burns. This is part of it, fam. Uphill stick. The main thing, like I want to say about that, to that one gentleman, I said, the main thing you want to remember is your angle. So you don't want to have extreme angle. You want to have more of a 90. Your stick out, you want it to be real. Your gap to your metal, so to speak. You want to be real tight. You want to be kissing the metal. And then you want to watch your travel speed. That's going to be everything, fam. What's up, my guy? Just left Atlanta last weekend, man. You know what I mean? You know, actually, my ID still say Georgia, so I ain't back. I'm from Arkansas, but I'm still a Georgian. I ain't switching back over. Hey, I had someone that happened to one of my students one day, boy. Kind of burnt the stomach a little bit. Is that overhead stainless? Yes, sir. From Eudora. Hey, I got family from Eudora. That's where my dad and them, my dad family, my grandmother and them migrated from. The Mays and the Watsons and Mays from Eudora. With MIG, just stay on the leading edge of your puddle. You know, if you're doing that open root on MIG, that's the main thing. Depends on if you're going uphill or downhill. You still want to, you're probably going downhill with it. You just want to stay on that leading edge when you're putting that root in. The hardest thing for a new welder to learn, normally it start off with striking the arc, and then it tends to go to keeping a straight line, you know, staying straight, and then it tends to go to the consistency of the bead. Like they might stay in one spot a little too long, you know. But those be some of the main things that I've noticed, especially striking it. A lot of people have an issue on striking it. They tend to want to throw the rod away, like, man, forget it, I'm done. You know what I mean? Yeah, getting stuck. If you're getting undercut with that 7018, check your amperage. If you got too many amps with that, it's going to keep burning. So you don't want to have, you don't want it to be too hot, especially if it's getting hot as you burn it too. Yeah, it's the same applies to every position, honestly. Yeah, you can make a good career being a welding inspector. That 1-inch groove, huh? Yeah, that's the main thing you want to do. Check out your amperage. But to me, overhead welding is just like doing flat welding, like this. It's just over your head, fam. That's it. Majority of my students that dive into it, all of them will tell you, because I ask them every time they finish one and go into another one, I say, which process was the hardest? Everybody say uphill. Uphill in every position, man. That uphill, man. Woo! And uphill is something else, you know what I mean? So that's be the one that they practice on the most. Your angle on that 7024, fam, as long as everything is running good, that thing will burn like money. You can just drag that thing across. Yes, moving too fast will do you too, fam. You want to be patient. Don't get in no rush. Learn everything you want to learn. And I also want to say this. Fam. Leave your ego at the door. When you come to welding class, fam, and you come to your new instructor or your new facility, leave your ego at the door. You don't know nothing about welding. Don't assume anything. Don't even assume that you know anything. Be an open sponge. So that way you can gain all the information you need. And after you gain that information, you can start discipling and say, okay, I don't need this. I need to keep this. Okay, I don't need that what he said, but I need this. So that way you can, but don't come in thinking you know everything. Or say, oh, I'm just going to do it the way I'm going to do it, because you're going to waste a lot of time. I have a lot of students that want to do things the way they do it. I let them do it for a few weeks. And they're like, man, I want to move on. You won't listen. You ain't listen to instructions. I'm not going to move you on until you listen. You know, so sometimes you can tell that pride is something else, fam. The pride goes before destruction, fam. So don't allow your own pride to keep you from learning. Leave it at the door. When you walk through that door, Leave your pride there and your ego. When you walk out, you can pick it back up and take it home with you. You know what I mean? But you don't want it when you're learning, fam. You want to leave that at the house. Salute on your first welding class. Yeah, watch that puddle, fam. Salute. Thanks for the love, fam. Just got done? Okay. What size rod are you using? And I can tell you about the 7018. I can give you an idea of what you should burn it on. Galvanized to mild steel, boy. That galvanized, you got to watch it. It can get you sick, fam. So you most definitely don't want to breathe that stuff in. Yeah, you got to practice with that 7018 rod, fam. It's just what it is. It's one of those rods that once you get it, fam, you got it though. So don't get discouraged and be like, oh, I can't get it. You can get it, fam. You can get it. Don't get discouraged. I'm gonna run one more on this toe. I've been sitting here messing with this. Wanted to talk to y'all for a second. I should have had my phone charging, so forgive me if it's about to die here in a second because I forgot to charge it up, man. I'm not even going front. I've been doing so much today, and I had a appointment, so I literally forgot. So I'm gonna do some uphill, and my phone probably gonna die on me, fam, while I'm doing this because it's been saying it's about to go. I felt my little balance going off a little bit. I feel like I was swaying. And I want to say something about flux too, before it die on me. You do, when you getting closer to your cap and your flux, you most definitely want to let it breathe a little bit, because flux core gets hot, fam. And make sure you have a good solid bead where it's not getting too hot and spilling out, because if it gets too hot, it can just spill out on you. I've seen flux do that a lot. So you want to watch that when you flux core welding, fam. They said Kansas pay it's terrible out there. Well, go to Missouri, man. It might be a little bit better. But, you know, I used to live in Kansas City. So, actually, I lived in Kansas City. But I worked for a company that was in Missouri. I mean, that was in Kansas. And the pay was terrible, too. I stayed there. Man, I can't remember. I think I stayed there a month. And I really did it just for a side gig. And I was trying to do something. And I left because the pay wasn't good. And this was, shoot, 2015, I believe, something like that, when I did that. Oh yeah, I'm working on me cleaning these things out, man. Actually, it's starting, the well's starting to drop as I do it. So it's already starting to fall. It's already starting to fall. I'm surprised, y'all. I'm surprised my phone's still dead, because it said my stuff is gonna be dead a long time ago. The main thing is to just practice with flux core. I have worked on the shipyard. Well, not shipyard, but I did some stuff for a shipyard. Salute, man. I appreciate everybody for checking in and showing support, man, helping the other up-and-coming welders out. I already know, fam, it's hard. You know, you got to move around, but fam, I'm gonna say this, you're gonna make more money once you move around, fam. Wyoming, I've been through there. Salute to Wyoming. Hold up, fam. Had a disturbing call. And y'all start, salute to Oklahoma. I used to live in OKC for a second. Yes, you do tie-ins and flux core. Actually, you're going to do tie-ins in all the welding processes, especially if you got to stop. Like if you're building stuff with flux core, you got to stop and tie in, because some of the passes might be long. Salute to California checking in. Man, I hope you do good on your weld test tomorrow. Working on some T-joints, family. Just a little practice. I actually got a student that's this is his little deal he was working on, and I kind of came over here to fix it up some. And when he come back tomorrow, it'll look a whole lot better. Whole lot better. And I'm sitting here just messing around, and I wanted to come live and answer any questions on the flux core. Maryland's checking in. Yeah, I'll show you an example of a tie-in. Let me get up here so you can see that. I'm gonna show you an example of a tie-in, fam. Cause this here I'm just practicing, so getting his little plate right. It was messed up. It's fixed now, so when he get ready to come back, he have a little bit more to focus on. All right, let's go. All right, family. Seeing where I stopped at it. Hopefully you can see that. That was a nice, pretty tight in that thing, pretty good. Hopefully I don't die. My phone don't die, y'all, before I get a chance to show you this. Because literally I should have had it on the charge a long time ago, but I just been rocking with it, fam. I'm rocking. So what I like to do is, especially on flux, everybody tie in different. So what I like to do is, I like to come, hold up, I almost knocked it down. All right. Okay, so I like to come down. So when you sticking, sometimes some people might say come down an inch and just drag it, then tie it. I don't like to do that. I like to start right at the tip, at the end of the well, where it divots in. I start there and I come down to the crown of the well, where the well is full. I do my sloop, like a little swope, and then I start going back up. Check it out. So